Straight ahead on CCX News, the struggle to fill job vacancies and why it's tougher to find teens for those openings. Plus, possible changes coming to the Crystal Airport and what they could mean for the airport's future. And a New Hope man who has had to learn the art of patience.
I decided I wanted to be strong again.
Oh, a nonprofit offered him hope. CCX News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. School is almost out, and teens will soon be looking for summer jobs.
However, some local businesses and cities are having a hard time filling those seasonal positions. Reporter Sonia Goins joins us now with more.
Now, Mike and Shannon, right now, it is definitely a job seekers market. There are more job vacancies than there are unemployed workers. This includes teens. The unemployment rate for teens dropped to 7.7% in March, and that's going to make it hard for employers to find teens to fill summer positions. The Department of Employment and Economic Development says a population of 16 to 19-year-olds looking for work in Minnesota is down by almost 6,000. But experts say although the population is small, teens are coming back into the labor force.
Adults and people with experience and people with skills are able to move into higher wage jobs. So that's leaving a lot of the lower wage jobs open that employers, I think, now are hoping to fill with teens. So that's just leaving more, probably more vacancies than there are teens to fill them.
Crystal Park and Recreation Department is on the hunt to fill summer positions. They hire about 60 people to work at the Crystal Cove during the summer. Hiring managers are looking for people who are service-oriented and friendly. Managers say they would normally fill most of those positions already, but that's not the case this year.
We hire a lot of seasonal staff here during the summertime, and it seems this year's been a little bit slower than most years have been. We still have positions open for lifeguards, swim instructors, our crossing guards, and then our cashiers in the building as well.
People who are interested in jobs with the Crystal Park and Recreation Department should check out their website. Meanwhile, some experts say if teens get multiple job offers, they might consider asking employers if there is flexibility in the hourly wage. Mike and Shannon.
All right, Sonia, thank you. Well, drivers felt the pain on the way to work on Monday morning, and now they're feeling it on the way home. This is a live look on Highway 169 in Brooklyn Park, where there are backups from single-lane traffic starting at Highway 610 all the way to the Mississippi River. MnDOT is replacing bridge decks over Elm Creek near the Mississippi, and crews are also doing resurfacing work. The southbound lanes will be resurfaced first, then in mid-July, work will shift to the northbound lanes. The entire project won't be finished until mid-September. Minnesota travelers will be able to use a standard driver's license for domestic flights a little bit longer. Minnesota has received federal assurance that traditional driver's licenses will be okay to board domestic flights until October of 2020. This news comes as stronger Real ID requirements are rolling out to comply with federal law. State Representative Dennis Smith of Maple Grove is the chief author of the state's Real ID legislation, and he's thankful there will be a longer transition period for the new requirements to be put in place.
Now that the weather has heated up, area firefighters are able to get outside and go through certain drills. Today was tower testing day for the Brooklyn Park Fire Department. Firefighters practice setting up the ladder, or tower as it is called, and then tearing it back down. They do this to become proficient at using the bucket, placing the bucket, and knowing where to park the truck. The goal is to simulate an actual fire scenario.
Ready to go? Correct. This is just as training. If anything goes wrong or anything goes bad here, let's do it here at training. Let's learn at training. Let's do all of our education at training. We'll set it up, we'll tear it down. That way when the big fire hits and we're ready to put it up, we're proficient, we've been trained, and we keep up our skills.
Brooklyn Park firefighters do this kind of drill every few months.
The city of Plymouth has begun reviewing plans for more new homes in the northwest part of that city. The Planning Commission heard plans for a 25-acre site southwest of County Road 47 and Troy Lane. Pulte Homes is proposing 20 single-family homes and 101 townhomes. Single-family homes would range in price from the mid-400s to high $500,000. The townhomes would sell between upper $200,000 to upper $300,000. The developer says the project fits the city's need for smaller homes, particularly as empty nesters downsize. In the metro area, there are 6 small airports called reliever airports that help reduce congestion at Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport.
The Crystal Airport is one of those, and in this week's Business Matters, Alexandra Renslow takes a look at its impact and some changes that could be on the horizon.
Each year, almost 37,000 planes take off or land at the Crystal Airport.
I live south of Charlotte, but my mom lives in Robbinsdale. I usually fly back for her birthday in April, but your weather was so nasty here, we decided to delay it a few weeks.
For Craig Drake, the Crystal Airport is the most convenient.
For small airplanes, why, it's great.
For the local economy, a smaller reliever airport like Crystal can have an outsized impact.
The economic output of the airport is roughly $71 million.
That includes 100 jobs on site, from flight instructors and air traffic controllers to mechanics and the airport manager. But like any business operation, the Crystal Airport is also experiencing change.
Probably 2 decades ago, we were at the heyday of the airport, basically. And since then, the traffic has changed from small piston aircraft to larger reciprocating aircraft, turboprops and jets and rotorcraft operate out of here.
It means construction could be on the horizon in the years ahead to right-size the airport from 4 runways down to 3, creating space for a taxiway and future development.
I expect it to be here for a long time, and we've done some great things in the past, but I'm eager to see where we could take it.
Each day, the metro area's 6 reliever airports accommodate almost 900 takeoffs and landings. Those would otherwise add to the daily congestion at MSP International. For pilots like Craig Drake, flying into the Crystal Airport provides a smooth landing.
These things are treasures, and once they're gone, they're gone. So I just really like to see them preserved and used, and can't get by without them.
Alexandra Renslow reporting there. The public can watch airplanes take off and land at a special open house and fly-in, and that's coming up at the Crystal Airport on Sunday, June 17th. Still ahead, a New Hope man's long wait for a liver transplant and how a nonprofit helped him get through it.
Plus, Totino-Grace takes on Grand Rapids in a close baseball battle.
But first, wet weather and falling temperatures. Rain is expected Tuesday afternoon. Come on, good girl, good girl.
Dogs demonstrated their special skills during the Walk for Animals event on Saturday in Golden Valley. It's an annual fundraiser for the Animal Humane Society. Several thousand people and pets were part of the walk, although some, as you see there, appeared to prefer the royal treatment. There were some first-timers and one couple who has been attending the walk for more than 40 years. The good news is the nonprofit took in more than $900,000 in the campaign. Well, if you've had a loved one go through illness or cancer, you might be familiar with the Caring Bridge website.
A New Hope man used Caring Bridge to keep his family and friends up to date while he waited for a liver transplant. His unique story is now included in a documentary on healing. Chad Meetham has a new lease on life.
I appreciate everything a little bit more. What I try not to do is sweat the small stuff.
Chad lives in New Hope. He says he used to be a very impatient person, but after end-stage liver disease, going on the waiting list, and finally a transplant, he's learned the art of patience.
I think we get stressed too much about things these days that really you have no control over. And when you're fighting for your life, you don't have any control over that.
Chad and his significant other kept friends and family updated about his journey through the Caring Bridge website.
It was a huge resource. It was very valuable.
There's a little magic in not only a patient or caregiver coming out and saying, these are my needs on my journey, but this is the way the community can help as well.
Caring Bridge has connected hurting families and friends for more than 20 years. They recently made a documentary that explored how people heal. They used Chad's story alongside several others that showcase unique ways people get better. The common thread was that healing is a choice.
People choose healing, and that doesn't mean they're going to get better. or that they are going to have a better health outcome, or they're going to get well. But the idea of choosing to heal and being very deliberate about what that means for you can manifest itself in lots of different ways.
Chad says his road to healing was about his mindset.
I decided I wanted to be strong again. I wanted to golf again. I wanted to be able to walk my dogs again. I wanted to be able to run down the street, ride my bike.
With the right mindset, he had the patience to get where he needed to be.
It's possible to recover and to become strong again.
It took several months, but Chad has gone back to work full-time as a professional chef. He's got a good attitude.
Yeah, good for him, yeah.
Still ahead, the sights and sounds of the opening day of baseball for Brooklyn Park youth.
But first, a former Osseo-Park Center lacrosse player who is now a coach takes on his old team. John Jacobson is in next.
I'm John Jacobson with sports. Totino-Grace, Minnehaha, and Grand Rapids played a round-robin baseball tourney Saturday in Minnehaha. For Totino, it was a chance to build on a conference win over Champlain Park 2 days earlier. Eagles facing Grand Rapids Saturday morning in the second game of the day at Tonka. Bottom of the first inning, the Eagles' Quinn German singles sharply past short and into left field. Ryan Suggs comes in and scores the game's first run. Later in the first, Christian Morrow hits one in the hole to short. Grand Rapids takes the out at first. Jack Kroller scores with the play to make it 2-0 Grace after one. Bottom of the second inning, watch this play. Totino's Evan Spivacek chops one to third. The throw to first wildly past the bag and deep into foul territory. Spivacek never stops running and gets to third base easily. Grand Rapids will go home with the throw to try to stay ahead of the runner, but that throw misses the base as well. All the way around the bases in one play. It's 3-0 Grace. We call that a Little League home run. Grand Rapids gets a couple of runs on the board, but the Eagles defense makes the forced play at second base to end the game. The Eagles win 3-2. They lost later to Minnehaha 9-5. Benilde St. Margaret's baseball team enters the weekend second place in the Metro West Conference. They face Cooper in a doubleheader Friday. Game one, Benilde jumps on the Hawks early. Henry Wolf at the plate. He slices a hit to left in the top of the first. Mason James scores. Zach Carden isn't too far behind. And the Red Knights get 3 runs in the first inning. Second inning is even better for the Red Knights. Carden tags it a long way to deep right center. And a long run for the outfielders. James scores. Carden reaches third for a triple. BSM with 5 runs to lead at 8-0 in the second. And Carden comes through again in the fourth. This time, the straightaway right field. This one gone for a 2-run homer. Benilde takes a 10-0 lead on the Hawks. Cooper chips away. Owen Bossery's hit to right over third base bag and into left field. 2-run score in the fourth. They had 2 more in the fifth. Not enough, though, for Cooper. They fall 10-4, and Benilde also won game 2. The Osseo-Park Center boys lacrosse team beat rival Maple Grove Friday night. Saturday, they met a Rogers team coming off a loss to St. Michael Albertville. Rogers head coach Kyle Ficken on the left, a 2006 Osseo grad, going against his old head coach, OPC's Darren Nelson in this one. Highlights from the first quarter. Damon Lingeson scoring there for OPC. They get within a goal at 3-2. A couple of minutes later, it's Chris Curis using the defender as a screen there. He scores. It ties it up at 3. Michael Van Stelten for Rogers. A nice little dodge move there. He scores his 3rd goal of the day here, and it's 4-3 Rogers after 1. Curis had a big day scoring for Osseo-Park Center. He'll score another one here. This one gets OPC within 1 at 6-5. He had 5 goals in the game. The Royals, though, get the final 2 goals of the first half. Jacob Bourne converts on the pass from Nathan Amo to make it 8-5 at halftime. Rogers maintains its lead in the second half. They go on to beat Osseo-Park Center 11-8. In softball, IMAC conference leader Providence Academy hosted Minnehaha Academy in a doubleheader. Game 1, Minnehaha strikes first. Kaylee Harnack sending a deep fly ball to the outfield as Kate Pryor comes in to score to make it 1-0. Lions come back, though, in a big way. Cecilia Ehlers singling to bring Skylar Bartz home. Providence scores 7 runs in the bottom of the first to lead 7-1. Claire Hillen keeping the Red Hawks bats silent. Got a strikeout there, leading 8-1 in the second. Ehlers with a slow roller. Mo Burns scores on the infield hit. and Providence leading this one in the 4th inning. They keep slugging. Burns drives it over the left fielder's head to score Bridget Murphy. Providence wins 11-1. They also won the second game 10-7. Off to a good start this season. That is all for sports. Mike and Shannon, back to you.
All right, John, thank you. Up next, young baseball players get their opening day in the sun.
We'll give you a front row seat to their opening day when we come back. And finally, it's a moment many of us, including the kids, have been waiting for all season long, the start of youth baseball season.
Next we have the River Dogs, coached by Brian McDowell and Joseph Albera.
Remember those days? Yeah, Saturday was opening day for youngsters in the Brooklyn Park Athletic Association. More than 400 kids ages 5 to 12 are playing baseball this year, and it was a collage of colors at Northwoods Park as they were introduced before family, friends, and teammates.
It's a great sport, and this is a good organization, really good teams, really organized. They have a lot of meetings, and the kids have a lot of fun.
My favorite position is shortstop. Baseball is really fun. It's my favorite sport. Everybody's into the game.
Absolutely. The Park Center High School baseball team was also at opening day, exchanging handshakes and fist bumps with the kids. Meanwhile, the Brooklyn Park Police Honor Guard was there for the raising of the flag and the Star-Spangled Banner. It all made for a picture-perfect event that brought many people together.
You see all the kids out here, you know, playing from year after year. I see kids who I remember playing t-ball, now they're on a traveling team. So baseball is always going to be America's pastime. It can't nothing change that.
When we do the national anthem, it feels like we're actual major league players, how they do the national anthem in the beginning of the game. And it's like fun to see like old friends on baseball teams.
The Brooklyn Park team staged a food drive at the opening day ceremonies as well as teams brought donations for SEEP.
And you can tell it's opening day of baseball season when the pants are still white. Those pants won't be white in a few months.
That's like a badge of honor if you can
right.
mess up your pants right away and slide
wipe off
in.
The slide.
Oh,
That's right. Don't do it.
That'll do it. That's it for now. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
We'll see you back here again Tuesday starting at 4.